Yeah, so just to continue from where I left, basically, yeah. So that was me experiencing the first time the street theater. 15, 20 people show up below me below my room in a hospital and started to mock me and call me names and make fun of me and just really being rude and nasty. But it was done in such a way, like they actually used my name, my first name, multiple times, so I knew it was about me because actually my first name is very rare. Like there's not a lot of people in this world that even have my first name, so the chances of it being somebody else was actually very low. But even then, the directed conversations and the topics that they were using, talking about my private life, that had to be about me. That couldn't be anybody else. So that was actually the moment. It was in Amsterdam, in a place called Leidseplein, that I knew for a fact, aha, this is gang stalking. You're being gang stalked. And so what happened was I was talking to my family at this time, and I was talking to my father, and my father said, he was not very happy about the fact that I randomly decided to go to Amsterdam, and he said, he actually bought me a ticket, and he said, come to the UAE. You can stay with me for a while, and we can figure out what we can do for your future or whatever. And like I said at the time, I was talking to IKEA in Sweden, and I managed to actually secure the position. So I was literally, as I was in when I reached the UAE and was staying with my father, I had actually secured my contract with them. I had actually signed my contract with them. And guys, this position that they were offering me was really, really lucrative. It was really, really good. Like the salary was really good because IKEA is such a famous company. The salary they offered me was really, really good. Oh, there's a cat. Nice. All right. Yeah. So the salary they offered me was really, really good, and I think the only bad condition about it was they said if you decide to do a pension scheme here in Sweden, you will not be able to take it with you to any other country. That was the only bad thing about that whole deal. But yeah, the salary was really good. They offered to pay for my ticket, like to fly into Sweden to start the job. They paid for it, and they also paid for my hotel whilst I didn't have any accommodation. So whilst I'm looking for accommodation, they just paid for my hotel. And guys, this hotel was amazing. This was in a place called Malmö. Malmö. It's in the south of Sweden, in a region called Skåne. Um, so yeah, I was in UAE. I spent some time there and signed the contract and everything. They flew me in. They paid for my hotel. I stayed there for about 3 weeks before I actually started the work. And guys, you can't believe it. This was actually one of the darkest, most horrible periods of my life. Basically, this was the worst time in my life because this is when I was at my fucking lowest that I have ever been in my life. I know you're gonna say, yeah, man, IKEA just offered you a nice, really cozy job and with a lot of money and a good salary and all this stuff. But man, the level of gang stalking I was going through at that time was insane. It was insane. It was brutal. Like when I went to Malmö, to Sweden, guys, you can't believe it, man. Yeah, yeah, I know. You can talk about gang stalking all you want and how horrible it is, but when you go through gang stalking in Sweden, I don't know what it is, but there's something special about the gang stalking in Sweden. It has an extra spicy flavor. It's really, 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 really bad. Yeah, guys, Sweden. If you wanna experience gang stalking to the fullest, go to Sweden. You're gonna love it. I'm joking. Yeah, the gangstalking there was absolutely horrible, horrendous, man. But yeah, so they paid for my hotel. I stayed there for like 3 weeks before starting the job, and they actually were also willing to pay. Um, what was this? Yeah, to pay me to move my stuff, my furniture, which I didn't have any, but they offered that. They also offered they also offered me something like 3,000 euros. I can't remember what it was. It was to buy furniture and stuff like that for my actual place. And guys, this job deal was fucking ludicrous. It was so fucking good. But yeah, as I said, this was the lowest time in my life. So I was being gangstalked to the smithereens. I was gangstalked like hell. You know, like I said, I decided to fly. Once I signed the contract, I decided to fly to Sweden, to Malmö, and I stayed in that hotel for 3 weeks before actually starting the job. And in that 3 weeks, it was brutal. It was hell. It was hell because they were doing all the typical gang stalking things. You know, they would spy on me. They would let me know that they could see and hear what I was doing in my room and in my bathroom when I'm taking a shit, when I'm taking a shower. You know, no privacy. You know the whole shtick, right? And it's so funny because at one point I got really paranoid. I started looking for cameras in the ceiling and stuff like that. Obviously, guys don't do that. There is no point in doing that. It's not nano cameras and it's not bugs, as I thought in the beginning. And you know, actually, what they did to me in that hotel, there was there would constantly be there was just like this tiny little road right in front of the entrance of the hotel, and they would every time a car would pass by, it would honk, like it would honk in front of me, like in front of my room, basically to let me know that like you're being watched, or I don't know. It's just part of the harassment. I think some TIs do talk about it, that one of the methods they use to harass people is to honk their with the car horn, and cars would do that, cars passing by, and motorcycles, and a lot of times I would look down and try to look and see at that car or motorcycle that is honking, and what I noticed was there was no reason for it. They were just honking for no reason. There was no car in front of them. There was actually no people walking in the sidewalk, so they couldn't be like waving to somebody or something. You know what I mean? So it was clearly just to piss me off and annoy me. People passing by like downstairs in the streets, laughing and making fun of me and talking shit about me, and it's all sorts of crap basically that you typically deal with in gang stalking. Actually, it was even worse. It was, you know, in my room sometimes my neighbors would sometimes pass and try to like make noise and prevent me from sleeping. Some of them would, because the door would open with like a card. They would try to like use their card on my door just to kind of piss me off because it makes like a noise. It makes like a, even if it gets rejected, it goes like ching. So I could tell if somebody was swiping their card whilst I'm in the fucking room, swiping the card and ching, and then they would like run away and make noise and try to prevent me from waking up. And I actually had an appointment to go open a bank account, which I missed because I couldn't fucking sleep. And yeah, guys, it was pure hell. It was pure hell. It was really, 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 really bad. And yeah, also when I'll be walking the streets in Malmö, for example, and people talking about me and calling me names and just being rude and being nasty, and the directed conversations, they're talking crap about you and insulting you and talking about your private things, and DEW and all that stupid stuff really happened. So I was really, really stressed out, and then I actually go for my first Uh, I go to my first job, my first day at the job at work, and you know, it was brutal. It was brutal, man. It was brutal. Like the working environment at IKEA in Malmö was so fucking toxic and so fucking horrible and so fucked up. I was surprised, man. I was like, this is fucking IKEA in fucking Sweden, man. And this is how they work. This is how people behave in their fucking company. I was surprised, man, because like I know gangstalking and whatnot, but the way these people were behaving, man, was, especially towards me, was just, I don't know how to describe it, man, but it was unreasonable. It was ridiculous, beyond ridiculous. It was just like, how is anybody supposed to work? How is anybody supposed to get any fucking project done? How are anybody supposed to work and get anything done? How are you supposed to, you know, dude, forget about thriving. How are you supposed to function in such a fucking fucked up environment? I was surprised. I was surprised because as soon as I started working there, my manager was super fucking rude. Yeah, this is that was my manager. She was Dutch. Her name is Ninka. If you're watching this video, Ninka, a huge fuck you. I hope you die. I hope you fucking kill yourself. I hope, actually, I hope you go through a fraction of the things that I've been through when it comes to gangstalking. I hope so. And actually, this doesn't just go to Ninka. This goes to all of you sons of bitches. Excuse my language, guys. I'm gonna have to be a little bit rude, but all those motherfuckers and sons of bitches who are involved in gangstalking, who have gangstalked me or in some way, shape, or form involved in my gangstalking, I hope you guys go through a fraction, not all of it, a fraction of the gangstalking that I've been going through. And I bet you, man, you wouldn't last a fucking millisecond. A millisecond you wouldn't last under the conditions that I've been through. A fraction of it. 1/3 of the things that I've been subjected to, you go through that for 2 days, 3 days, you're gonna jump from the nearest fucking building. You're gonna jump from the nearest fucking building or the nearest fucking cliff, and you're gonna die because you can't fucking take it. Because you are bitches, man. All of you are bitches, man. You're bitches and you're cowards and you're sons of bitches and you're motherfuckers and you're cocksuckers too. And you should just go fuck yourself and kill yourself, please. 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 I don't want to see people like you living in this fucking planet. Seriously. And I have actually been this aggressive with gangstalkers many times, and I have told them to their fucking face, please jump off a fucking cliff. Please. I am not usually this cold-hearted and callous towards people, but for somebody like gangstalkers who are going out there and killing people and getting people to commit suicide, fuck you, man. You deserve the worst treatment in the fucking planet. I have no sympathy for you. So back to my topic, yeah. So the working environment in IKEA was, like I said, beyond ridiculous. I show up there and everybody's laughing at me and trash talking me and saying really rude and nasty things to me. And mind you guys, I had no experience with these people. I had just joined the company. Like, I don't know any of these fucking people. And supposedly, they don't know anything about me, right? But nah. Trash talking, calling me names and just laughing and all sorts of nasty shit that was happening. People being very rude to my face as well. People trying to... Actually, there was even people trying to... because you come in the morning and you can kind of like choose your seat where you want to sit and work, because you could work with any computer. You just have to log into the account. And I would choose a seat and I would come back and somebody would just fucking take that seat. Just massive like disrespect basically and all sorts of stuff. And I was surprised, man. I was really surprised because I was looking at like my manager, the Dutch cunt, Ninka. I was looking at her and I was thinking like, the fuck are you doing? Like you're the manager in this company and you think this is normal? Like like come on, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking about this myself. I'm thinking like if I was a manager in a company, I'd be like, I'll be worried about like the employees, the good employees that I have actually selected to join my company of actually being driven away before they even get to fucking start working. You know what I mean? And then I showed up for like 5 days and it was just clear that I can't fucking work. I couldn't work. I was just so stressed. I was stressed out, man. The stress level was through the fucking roof, man. I just was so stressed out and anxious and not in a good headspace, man. Like I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. So I just left. I left and I just I gave them back the laptop or computer that they gave me and the phone. They gave me like an iPhone or something. I gave all that shit back to them